Alright, this is the first part of a multiple part post, and here I'm just going to mainly introduce you to the tools that I'm going to use in the following posts, and then we'll actually create a web page and just get some data into it, try to validate that by the end of our post. So I've got an empty C# web application here, and I titled it Metadata, and I'm going to add a web page to it. And so Visual Studio 2012, it automatically creates an HTML5 document, and I know that from my document type definition. It's doc type HTML, and you can see those. It's a recommended list of doc type declarations. And from HTML4, here's our strict, our transitional, and our frame set doc types. And then down here you'll see HTML5 doc type definition. I know it says it's not standard yet, but this was written in 2002. So here's this HTML5 reference, and it's got some basic templates designed for starting points. So ours closely mimics this polyglot. So you've got your doc type, your namespace. Let's see, there's our doc type, our namespace. But we don't have this meta element with the char set attribute. So we're going to add that. You can see the meta element with the char set attribute represents a character encoding declaration. So let's go back and let's copy this. Post it in our head. Let's add our title. Add some content. Save that. So I'm going to show you some of these tools we're going to use. I'm going to use this markup validation service from the W3C, and we're going to validate by file upload. If you've got a live page, you can just enter a URI into it, or there's actually a text box where you can just type in your code. And so got that saved. I'm going to go ahead and copy that web page from our project onto the desktop, just to make it easier to find. Alright, let's browse, and there it is. And go ahead and just hit check. Okay, so it passed. Successfully checked as HTML5. There were 2 warnings. If you scroll down, you can see that using experimental feature. So this HTML5 conformance checker is a new tool, and they don't want to stand 100% by it, so it's just a warning. But then this other part's kind of interesting. This byte order mark found in UTF-8 file. Code. See, this encoding files is known to cause problems for some text editors and older browsers. So what you actually have to do is delete this. You got to go up in here and let's add another paragraph just to make another change. And then you go in File, and there's Advanced Save options. So here's this UTF-8 with signature for our encoding that our validator was complaining about. So there's a drop-down list, and we're looking for UTF-8 without signature. And you can see it right there. So let's select that, And okay. And we can save our file. Alright. Let's go into our folder. Copy that now. Paste it. And we'll validate it again. So let's browse. Choose it. Go ahead and check it out. Alright, so you can see now instead of having 2 warnings, we've just got our 1 warning. And it's going to be this experimental feature that we're using, this HTML5 performance checker. So we're nice and valid now. So let's go ahead and open up that web page, and I'll show you one of these other tools that we're going to use. So what I've got here, I've got this Mozilla Firefox add-on. It's a web developer add-on. So for Mozilla, there's all these extensions and add-ons, all these different things you can add. And I've got the web developer, not the toolbox. I've got the web developer add-on. Go ahead and search for it. I'll show you which one it is. Yeah, here it is. It's actually an extension add-on. So that's installed. And what's interesting about that is it gives you all these tools up here. And you can do things like you can disable all the styles. And then it'll show our web page without CSS. This is great for debugging web pages. Let's close that out. And then what I'm going to use it for in this post and the rest of our posts is I want to view the meta tag information. And you can see it found 1 meta tag, the name of char set, the character set, and then it's set to this UTF-8. So that's a setup for our post. And there's our document. There's our meta tag with our character set to UTF-8. And in the next post, I'll show you more things we can do with metadata.